Hey there, you're listening to The Mighty Mommy with some quick and dirty tips for practical parenting. A while back I did a show about boredom. I mentioned that I don't like my family members to use the words, I'm bored, or this is boring. Though I know these aren't considered curse words, I still like to avoid them. Other words we don't allow around my house are stupid, dumb, or hate, and any type of insulting phrase that might start with, you are, fill in the blank. I find myself actively denying my children's rights to use these words, more so than the actual swear words we all know and love. My daughter went through a phase when she was about 4 years old, where she had a swear word she used a few times. If she was playing something and it didn't go her way, or she dropped something, she'd say D-A-M-M-I-T. I'm spelling the word just in case you're listening in the car with toddlers. When a child swears once to test the waters or accidentally lets a curse word slip out but is aware he's doing something wrong, I think the best thing you can do is ignore it. The more you make a spectacle out of it, the more exciting it's going to be for the child. Most kids don't even know what they're saying. Toddlers may simply be repeating a word they've heard an adult say. Older kids are more likely to have heard it at school, from friends, or in a movie. The older kids may be just trying to get a reaction out of you. If you don't react, they may simply become disinterested and move on to something else. In cases where the swearing becomes so extreme that you can't ignore it, then it's time to take action. Instead of being angry at your child's behavior, find out why your child feels the need to swear. If your child's angry about something, suggest another method to vent anger. I tend to wash the dishes when I'm angry, but kids may not want to do that. You could suggest that your child draw an abstract picture to express his anger, or have him listen to some music and dance it out. Sometimes just talking about their anger will help kids feel better. Toddlers probably don't know what they're saying, but they're mad and they're mimicking behavior they've seen from older kids or adults. In cases like these, you can think up some silly words together to replace the word the child's using. Saying something fun when you're angry can help release tension and may even encourage some giggles. I'd like to suggest a funny cookie name to help you get started. Next time you're angry, just say, oh, snickerdoodles. It's just fun to say. If your child is swearing to appear cool to his friends, then it's probably happening more around them than you. There isn't anything immediate you can do about something you aren't seeing. The problem is when the swearing becomes a habit and your child is swearing in front of people who may be offended or swearing in extremely inappropriate locations. I suggest you let your child know that it's unacceptable and explain why. Swear words are just words. Some people are offended by these words and some people are not. Because you don't always know how different people will react or feel about these words, instead of advising your child to avoid using the words altogether, ask him to use his best judgment when choosing his words. Treating him as an adult may trigger a more positive response. You may also want to tell him that when people use obscenities to express themselves, other people may view them as rude or ignorant. He may decide that the more adult thing to do is to use a more intelligent word to express himself. One more thing that may cause a child to stop using certain swear words is to simply tell them what the word means. Many kids don't realize what they're saying, and the simple act of telling them what the word means can sometimes cause enough discomfort to make them stop using it. Finally, and probably most importantly, be sure you're modeling the behavior and speech you'd like to see from your children. Pay attention to what your children are watching on TV and in movies. If you have friends or relatives who frequently use inappropriate language around your children, ask them to refrain during their visits. If they refuse to comply, you may want to limit their contact with your kids. Everyone has differing opinions on the topic of swearing. Opinions range from it not being an issue at all to swearing being absolutely unacceptable. Remember, these are just words, and though we certainly don't want to encourage our children to use them, it's important that we don't overreact and make the issue seem more important than it really is. That's it for now. Thanks for listening. If you'd like to request a topic for the Mighty Mommy, you can email me directly at mommy@quickanddirtytips.com. We want to know more about who's listening to the Mighty Mommy's Quick and Dirty Tips for Practical Parenting. Please visit quickanddirtytips.com to take our listener survey. You can find the survey by clicking on the blue Listener Survey button at the bottom right corner of every page of the website. Thank you for taking time to help us out. This is your friend, the Mighty Mommy, wishing you happy and fun parenting.